All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the VR Master League. My name is Noman, and I think this time my stream will actually work. I apologize for the delay and the technical issues. Driver updates are driving me insane. I believe I've got it all ironed out, though, and I do have the bans and first map already highlighted here on the war room. We've already done this one time, but this time I think you're actually going to see it. So we're going to get into this game quick. I don't want to delay it any longer. So we've got the bans coming out is going to be Cargo from Ember and Bazaar from Riot. And the first map we're going to be running is going to be Downfall. I am ready to get into this. I'm going to let the teams know that we are golden. Riot here in Season 8, Week 8. Riot running the defense on this dumpster building objective, and Ember going to be getting this quick hill spawn. So I wonder how they're going to come up over the top of this hill. This is such a crucial moment for most offenses on this objective. You either decide to push or you play it slow and don't give it away. Hailfire is going to be the first one that finds a pick on Xandria as he pushes heavily up into the offensive spawn, and now it is just 4 members of Riot as Ember decides to fan out, take the north, and I think approach from all angles. So, I mean, this is going to be a pretty standard tactic. The north side is relatively open. Riot's only got Turbo upstairs there in the Downfall, I'm sorry, the Downfall Hotel, all the Downfall hotels. He's up in the center hotel. He's having a nice little angle there onto north and south Marsoc buildings. Wooden Hailfire taking a couple of shots there. Turbo backing him off. Callouts are going to be coming out as the rest of Ember start to get in place. We can see there Quokka making that long rotation up onto the Northwest Road. He is going to be putting some hurt onto this Riot defense if they're not careful. He can get in pretty far before TFH or Westcott will be able to get any eyes on him. We'll just pan over here because I want to see the angle of approach that he has got. So actually, I mean, there's actually really no defenders watching this direction. He's going to have an easy run to the objective. Turbo's going to find the shot onto Slider as he pushes down from his position in the north, evening things out to a 4v4. Defensive shots coming out. Now TFH finding one as well. Turbo splitting his time here. He could have caught Quokka on the rotation, but he's tucked into that window. He's watching that north approach. If Quokka stays silent, I think honestly he can just march right up to this objective without being spotted whatsoever. He needs to not take these shots. No, he takes the shots. Takes down Turbo, but that's going to give Riot some intel as to his approach. I mean, it's not really going to matter. It's only TFH here in this window. He is the last line of defense. If Quokka's able to find this shot, it is an easy approach for him to the objective. Westcott will have to rotate out of basement. Rika's a little too far away. He's on that inside wall of South HQ. Man, if Quokka stays quiet, this could be a cap start for Ember. Oh, and some team shots coming out. JH. Oh, is he distracting? He is distracting TFH. Quokka needs to stay quiet. He's on the inside wall. TFH does spot him out, though, and takes him down. It's just one member left. Hailfire on the approach here. He's going to have to deal with Rika before he makes it any further to that objective. Well, callouts from JH will be coming out about TFH's rotations here. Hailfire might be able to catch out Rika as he goes to check OBJ, or maybe Todd here. He has got a tough approach ahead of him here. Will he hear Rika here on the check? The shots come out. Is he going to be ready for him? He's not ready for him, and Rika finds the kill. Onto Hailfire, and RIOT will hold on to their defense. Very much in danger there for a good series in round one. Man, we didn't even do our round one splash. Jeez, getting into this action quick. Quick. Taking a look at the scoreboard here. Hailfire and Quokka, the only two able to find any purchase in that round, but TFH holding down a solid first round with 3 kills. Just the way he wanted it, I'm sure. And hey, look at that. My stream is live and active. No more crashing, thank goodness. You know, who needs it? Who needs it, ladies and gentlemen? Not me. Now we will see who is going to be taking this second round. As the timer ticks down, the players should be just about ready to jump in. There we go, the beeps are coming in. Now Ember will have to hold the defense. Here on round 2, this time we're going to get our splashes on. We're going to get all splashy in here. So it isn't going to be that quick spawn that Ember is checking for. It actually is going to be the far northeast spawn for RIOT. We'll just quickly pop over here and see how RIOT is prepping for their push. So they're going to fan out, send 3 far east, and 2 heading down this north angle. It's going to give the defense a lot of time to get set up. No early shots coming out. None of that pre-fire down any of the common lanes. And Ember opting to stay relatively tucked in on OBJ. They've just got 1 there in South Bungalow and 1 in White Tower. So they've spread out a little bit. The first action here might be Westcott. He's going to have to deal with this slider con position in the South Bungalow. And a very slow offensive start for RIOT. Still getting set up. Really have not left too far outside of spawn. A little bit of push here down in the east. We finally see Xandria making his way up. He does find Hailfire on that push over the hill, and that is going to make 4 for Ember early on. Shots coming out from Slider onto Westcott do not land. He makes that red truck cross. And there's the call out from Xandria as he makes that North Marsoc Tower his. Rest of the offense still taking their time coming down that hill in the north. There is the 2 now in the Marsoc Towers. You've got Rika there crawling up. He's going to be checking for that White Tower position. But no one is there as they've had Hailfire rotate onto that early position. Let's follow Rika here as he comes down through this hill. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of action until RIOT sort of closes the noose here. While we have a break in the action, I do want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in, and again, apologies for the late start. Hopefully we'll not be having those issues again for a little while. I do want to thank our sponsors, VR Cover and ProTube VR, for sponsoring the VRML. To just announce some sweet prizes for the Final Assault Master League. If you guys are not aware of that, go ahead and check out vrmasterleague.com/final assault. TFH finding a long-range headshot.
Church thing wall.
Church thing wall call out from TFH as he finds JH with a nice headshot long range. He looks for another and a little bit of return fire coming out. Quokka finds Rika coming up that white tower.
South watch. One down flank.
And now Todd back to a little bit of suppressing fire. That's going to make it 3-4 with RIOT holding that man advantage. It's coming out, a little bit of confirmed fire. And let's see where the offense is getting set up here in the north as we have Xandria taking the overwatch position. Does find Quokka on the inside.
A-firm still there.
He is on top of that center hotel. Took me a second to grok where that shot went out to, but Quokka will now be able to give pretty solid call-outs from that position. No res will be available as the other four members of Ember... I'm sorry, as the other four members of RIOT will now start to close the noose. TFH should be confirming Quokka here any moment. Confirmed shots will be coming out. Likely thinks he is still up and about. Oh, and the shots from Xandria. The communication lapse there is going to cause an issue as he finds TFH, but the confirm on Quokka does come out, so at least the callouts will be stopped. Hellfire watch in the corner does find Turbo as well, and now it is 2v2. Xandria up in the north and Westcott, I'm sorry, up in the south, and Westcott coming through the center hotel now. It's likely going to be looking for that confirm again as the callouts did not come out properly, and Xandria was able to find one. Slider does find Xandria on that south push, and it is all up to Westcott now. 60 seconds left. He is wasting cycles here, going to check this center hotel. He needs to be pushing OBJ, but his watch will beep here in just a few moments, and he will be alerted to the fact that he does not have a whole heck of a lot of time left. Let me pop into his view here, and we'll follow the final 30 seconds of the RIOT round, but Ember looking like they will hold on to the defense despite losing one early. This is so dangerous. If Hailfire misses these shots, I'm sorry, C-Max misses these shots. Was that C-Max the whole time? I'm making my call-outs all wrong. C-Max is going to find the final two and secure that defensive round for Ember. Taking a look at the player stats there. TFH continuing his tear, finding 5 total so far, 2 in that last round before being taken down. Quokka finding 2, and a relatively even spread across Ember so far. But we are in a 1-1 series now, folks, here on Downfall. Oh, don't scare me like that, Pink. My microphone is definitely... I'm seeing it hot. My mic is coming in hot. Now we are going to be seeing a objective shift here. Ooh, actually, sorry, let me... It's not going to shift too far as the OBJ will be the South HQ now. So just one building over, we're going to be seeing a pretty similar style of attack and defense, I think, for this next objective. Obviously, the defensive spawn is now in the ravine on the south side rather than on that south dumpster building courtyard. but we'll see what difference that makes for Riot as they look to find another defensive round. They are holding, or they need to hold these defensive rounds to take this map, so not too surprising here that we should be seeing a strong defense on both sides. Ember, though, will need to find at least one Marsoc if they want to punch through. Round 3 is underway. Map 1, Downfall.
Our whole plan is ruined now.
Still high spirits on Riot. Let's go take a look at Ember's approach here. They push all 5 straight down from the north here. They can get across without being spotted by that defender in South HQ. Oh, he may have just caught a whiff of one. Just a whiff. A little taste. Oh, the shot's ringing out early. C-Max gets tagged. Call out there to drop to the knees. C-Max caught by a bullet there, not able to continue sprinting. And now the shots are ringing out from Quokka as he looks to suppress that window. They're keeping them pinned. If they can continue to keep the defenders pinned as they make this approach, they'll have an easier time. Hailfire will need to deal with Turbo here, who is up in that center hotel. And the shots are just continuing to ring out as these two teams have identified positions.
Hey, firm.
Ooh, and a dangerous cross
Another
there.
one made it to the butcher shop.
Oh, and Quokka makes the re-peek, downing Xandria upstairs. Should be a relatively easy res. He is continuing to watch that angle. They're gonna have to deal with Turbo here before they make their way down. Quokka making these crazy peeks out in the open. Almost in danger there from Westcott, but he's focusing on getting that revive out as quickly as he can. Not a bad smoke there. To blind Turbo, he rotates out now. There we go, Westcott finding the res. Turbo, meanwhile, picks up Quokka on his aggressive peeks around that butcher shop. I mean, at some point you were gonna get burned. You had to know it was gonna happen. And Turbo finds another on that tight angle here. Look at that. Look at that doorway. Very nice shot by Turbo here. Rotates up. And JH will catch him on that rotation and start evening things out a little bit. It's a 3-4. Riot holding the man advantage, but so far that has not meant a whole lot. Both teams on offense able to down defenders early and still manage to scrape by, so it will depend on this positioning in center hotel. About 2.5 minutes gone here as Ember starts to close in a little bit from the north. A little bit of suppressing fire here. So C-Max will have to deal with Rika here. He has to be careful. He's going to push out on the other side here. I think Xandria, they're taking a little bit of fire as well. Now he will be pushing through into center hotel. TFH taking a couple of shots out to confirm, it looks like. Now Ember, with about 3 minutes left, is going to need to start finding their way down towards the objective. Bladdercon continues to scan the south for any sign of a defender, but all of the defenders are locked in here on the objective. They've got 4 in a nice little straight line across the buildings. C-Max and JH gonna have to be the ones that start unseating the defense, if possible. Oh, can't go through that window. Good to know. They do have an accurate count of their own teammates, not of themselves. Rika looking away at that moment, but Xandria able to close the gap and find Riley, and now it's just 2 members of the offense remaining. What can they put together here in 2 minutes? They don't have a lot of time, and these defenders are really locking down this southwest street. They're gonna have a hard time. I think if C-Max comes out the front here, he may have a little bit more luck, although Rika is He's just got his head peeking up there over the hill. If C-Max walks out here, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Window could give him the advantage. Zandria just narrowly missing. Shots there from C-Max. 75 seconds left. That slider up in the south. Finally getting to that far south Marsoc building. Let's take it from the defensive side here as Rika continues to hunt for C-Max's position. Backing off a little bit there is going to allow C-Max to pop out of that building, at least for a little bit of time. I'm just going to zoom us out here so we can get some eyes on the angles the defense is holding. Slider coming through the backside here is going to have to deal with Westcott on this rotation. Westcott finds the kill. The C4 not finding too much purchase there. And now just 30 seconds left. C-Max finds the kill on Zandria. Is he going to be ready for Rika? No! No, he is not. And Rika will confirm the kill onto C-Max. Riot will go ahead and take their defensive round as well. We're in a real back and forther here, folks. Taking a look at the scoreboard here. Turbo doing a good amount of work that round, picking himself up 2. Or was that 3? I can't quite remember what his kill count was. Might have been 3. But a good set nonetheless, as Riot hold on to their defensive advantage for this first map. And thank you guys again for joining this last minute cast. I picked it up just a couple hours ago, and a bit of an issue getting in, but I do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me on a Saturday night. And there's lots of things to do. There's all kinds of things to do. There's betas out there to play. Fun new games dropping soon. So we appreciate you guys taking your time to tune in here to the VR Master League and help us push forward some of this fantastic Onward action. See if Ember is able to continue the defensive trades along with Riot. They cannot let an offensive win slip by here. That will let the map sort of slip out of their fingers. They have to be careful and keep it as close as possible. They need to be the ones finding themselves the defensive wins. But we are into round 4, so we will see if they can hold. It is quick spawn for Riot.
Yeah, good reaction. As a caster, I should probably know that, right?
Zandria there. Yes, indeed, one of our resident VRML casters. And yes, Zandria, you should know whatever it is that you did not know. The defense on a long rotation up to the South Marsoc Twins. They've actually got one going out far east. No peaks coming out, but this Riot offense pushing up quickly on this OBJ as TFH and Zandria take center hotel. They're gonna have to be careful. There is that long flank coming. Just take a look at the overhead map. They've got that long flank coming down the north side, and TFH with a very nice tube onto JH, but Slider will find Turbo to even things out just again. Turbo there crossing out in the far side. Zandria finds another as Slider makes the peek there to recheck the defense, and Quokka finds Westcott on the flank. And now the flank is coming into play here in a big way. See if Quokka will be stopped here from center hotel shots or not. No, he does make the cross to east red truck pretty easily. Vantage point here, not going to give him a whole lot. And let's continue keeping our eye here on the objective, since a lot of the offense here is just waiting. Oh, this is so dangerous. As soon as C-Max decides to cross this, Zandria will have eyes on. Oh, this would have been the time to run. Xandria not looking. He's about to peek up again. C-Mac's going to get caught out here. That smoke should give him away. Oh, this is so tense. Is he going to make it? Oh, he did just make it. Xandria not opting to peek that angle again as Quokka here coming through the backside. Hailfire finds TFH through the window as C-Max gets the res onto Riley, and now Ember looking a lot stronger than they were moments ago. 4v2 here, just one down onto TFH. Rika likely able to pick this one up. Xandria taking a couple shots out, not going to land, but Rika's going to find Quokka's gun here, and Quokka now on the final kill, does rush up, finds Xandria in the flank. The absolute power flank by Quokka seals the deal there for Ember on their defensive round, and we're just going Volk for Volk, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to back defensive wins across the board as Ember keeps the series close here in map 1. Let me know in the chat, folks, who you think is going to be taking this series. I'm interested to see what the predictions are. A bit of a quiet set of chats today I've been in. We had a quiet chat earlier and a quiet chat now. Guys, let us know what your feelings are here on these plays. And don't forget to clip your favorite action. We do love when you folks do that. The teams love the appreciation and being able to watch back their highlights. So thank you guys for doing that. Do very much appreciate it. As always, if you do like what you see, go ahead and hit that follow button. We have all kinds of Onward action all the time. I mean, really just all the time. You know, I wouldn't say every day of the week, but at least 4 days out of the week, we have got a lot of good stuff happening on these channels for you guys. Teams are ready to go, it sounds like. We've now rotated up to the North HQ OBJ. Riot back onto defense here. Ember needs to find themselves the offensive win, likely here. If Riot locks this in, it's going to be a difficult set for Ember to try to take 2 rounds in a row on. They'd have to do a defensive round and then an offensive round, rather than if they just find a way to get a cap here, they could indeed take the map away from Riot. But we will see what happens. They start getting set up here in the north, sending 2 across to the middle, 2 in the north, and 1 sticking around in that south ravine area as they make their push up. And the defense taking a look here on the overhead map, not giving much leeway. I mean, they're going to give a lot of the map to Ember, but they are tight on that OBJ, especially tight on any north pushes. So I'm interested to see how that north approach from Ember is going to pan out. If we take a look over here, it's C-Max and JH set up in a little firing line, but they're not running into any sight lines yet. The only one there, I think, Rika, they may have to deal with all the way in the far north, but JH not in danger just yet. Shots ringing out from Turbo, very long range. Will find Quokka as he comes down from Church, and now Turbo's under fire. Does not find any love there, and oh my goodness, he is absolutely pinned. So at least 3 different sets of gunfires. Hailfire now looks for the call out there. Incorrect. No downs in the crater building have occurred just yet. Ooh, the shots ringing out from Rika, too low. I mean, we got gunshots all over the place. JH returning the favor. And TFH will be the first one to find a frag here in the 4th minute as Hailfire is caught out at that APC, leaving Ember with just 3 remaining.
Still 5 strong.
Indeed you are, Riot. The call-out's coming out that they have not yet lost a defender.
Follow me.
Oh, a little bit of a plan here formulating between C-Max and JH.
We're gonna make a line.
Oh, and Slider. Rika taking some shots out to C-Max.
With sandbags.
JH is going to be in trouble here if he continues to stay out in the open. Taking a look over the top. I mean, the shots coming out, really just suppressing fire at this stage. And C-Max opting to really burn through that drum mag. Positions coming out here as Rika returns fire. I mean, he has single-handedly been keeping 2 members of the offense absolutely locked down here as they continually return fire onto each other. 3 minutes left. Ember needs to find at least 1 kill here.
Come on. Move it, back.
They're gonna burn through all of their ammo before they get anywhere close to that objective. SliderCon now making this approach here. He's gonna be in danger to TFH's initial pick here. Onto Hailfire. If he peeks this window at just the right time, yeah. Looks like he might have spotted him as he ducks out of that window just in time. The callouts will be coming out. Turbo will be looking for this kill, but TFH will find it in the end. And now just 2 members of Ember, two Ember members remaining. 2 minutes left. 2-2. 2 Embers remaining. Can we get a couple more 2s in there? If you're asking yourself, did he wait 5 seconds to make that joke? Then, yes. Yes, I did. Yes.
All right.
That's my commitment to the joke. Ooh, shots coming out from Rika will not land, but Turbo's gonna find 2. I'll try to get into his position there. Riot will continue to hold on their defense, and the trades will just keep happening here, folks. Is now 3-2 in this first map. Oh, don't want to be next to the loud tanks. As Ember now looks to hold this defense, and we are just seeing non-stop defensive trades. No Marsoc push has made it really even that close to objective. I don't think I've seen an offensive member. I mean, maybe Quokka in that first round getting dangerously close before Todd was able to clean him up. But other than that, it has been a long-range fight between these two. Definitely extraordinarily strong defenses that we're seeing so far. Team should be just about ready to get going here. The timer runs dry. We'll see how ready Ember is as they look to continue holding their defensive rounds as well. Here we go, as Ember now going to have to hold against this mirrored offensive spawn. See what their positioning looks like early on as Riot opts for pretty much the complete opposite approach as they go 3 in the south, 2 in the north, but Ember might be ready for this. I mean, I've never really seen a defense this spread out on this objective. I mean, look at this firing line they've got set up. Just one making the cross there to East Red Truck, but the rest already set up in little sentry-esque positions. As Quokka, I actually kind of like this spot Quokka's in. It's got a nice view of the entire cross here in the center. Oh, and Hailfire pushing up so aggressive. I wonder if Riot's going to be ready for this kind of a position. Oh, he's got to be hearing those call-outs. Oh, but Zandria spots him out first. And the call-out.
They're coming around. They're coming down the red truck buildings. Such bullshit.
Call-outs are coming out now. Will we be able to tell them exactly how many? Because that would be extraordinary information for them to have. As the rest gets set up in the south, let's zoom over down here. So we have got, oh, that air burst right above Westcott's head. Not quite able to find any purchase, and as Quokka preps another nade. And that is going to put Ember down to 2, and Riot looking to close out the map here. Just by virtue of an overly aggressive defense in this caster's opinion. And now the push starting to come out on the south side. A little bit of suppressing fire there onto one of the members of the defense who is now trapped behind that building.
Far west against the wall. Like 2, 3.
Shots ringing out there from the offense, looking like almost team kill territory. Zandria is going to make the call out and the confirm. Oh, the tube coming out there, not gonna find any purchase, and Zandria will be downed
Tell me
I don't know where the fuck he
as
is.
a result.
I don't fucking know, man.
Okay, okay.
And get out of the old potty mouth building there. Apologies for that, folks. The game does get heated, you know? It can be a heated exchange sometimes. SliderCon tucked in here. Honestly, I didn't even know you can get into this building. He is tucked in here on this west side as Turbo has to find a little check nade on him. That's going to give Slider at least enough info to know there are still people coming through this way. They're going to have to deal with him. I mean, there's no real easy approach they have where SliderCon is still alive. Starting to close in a little bit here in the north as well. They do still have to deal with Riley. JH finding Zandria on that push into West Red Truck, leaving Todd there all by himself. That defensive spot. I don't know if he's got an angle through that window or not. It's going to be a tough push regardless. The offense still looking to find a way to deal with Slider here in this position. This is such a good little spot to tuck into. So hard to unseat. Westcott will need to maybe sneak up to this window and find the purchase there. No, Turbo will turn around from Center Hotel and find the kill onto Slider, giving Riot free reign here in the south. Just one member of the defense able to stop their approach here as JH is left to his own devices here in the middle. We'll need to deal with 3 coming up from the south. Take a look through. Ooh, he's gonna see that. Definitely gonna see that smoke. TFH trying his luck there, trying to see if he can find a way through. He's not gonna find one as JH rotates to try and find Westcott. Westcott's not ready for this rotation.
Lower down, watch west.
As JH finds one, TFH taken down by C-Max. Now Turbo finds JH. And C-Max has to be rotating. This is going to be a cap if he's not in here in time. He's not checking tablet. Turbo's in the basement. 29 seconds left. The pad is out. The cap will be coming through. As C-Max, unfortunate in his positioning, will give Riot that 5-2 win here on map 1. A very nice final push there by Riot. A solid offensive positioning from Turbo will give him quite a bit of kills. I think he picked up 3 there. TFH picking up 1 as well. And now we will be getting ourselves into map 2. So Ember's map choice there, not working in their favor exactly. Just struggled to put together an offensive round overall. I mean, both teams were struggling quite a bit in those initial rounds, but Riot able to find the picks they needed there on a pretty aggressive and spread out Ember defense. And we'll see what map 2 here is shortly, as the teams try to come to an agreement. I see the clamor for the lasers on Downfall. I do apologize. I still, you know, I've been casting for so long, I still forget that those exist. Still too fresh for me. I will make sure to keep it on for our next map here. As we get our camera set up. So the second map is going to be kind of a surprising one. Well, not a surprising one for me, but a rare one, I would say, in that it is Tanker. We're going to be seeing Tanker coming out between these two. That is Riot's map pick, it seems, as Ember is on the defense now. So we'll see. I mean, we went from longest range, largest map, Daylight, to shortest map, smallest range, Nighttime. So we'll see how these teams are able to handle the quick change in tactics. Ember is going to look to hang on here in map 2. If you are just joining us, obviously Riot able to take Downfall there. I mean, it seems relatively skewed with that scoreline, but it was pretty tight up until that final round, that final offensive round from Riot. It was 2-3, and they were able to punch in that code, catching Ember with some unfortunate positioning in the final seconds of the match. So now they will be looking to take map number 2 instead, and hopefully take us into a series decider. I think that's what everybody is longing for. They long for it. It looks like we are ready to go from the player standpoint. They just have not quite kicked it off just yet. Let me double check and make sure there isn't a... Yeah, so it looks like there is a small audio bug with one of the players that they're going to deal with shortly. So just continue to hang out with us here. I'm not going to throw you to intermission because, you know, they throw it to there and the whole thing and they'll just come back and it's not a big deal. So we'll just hang out in the scoreboard here. Give me your predictions for this second map. I didn't see any for the match in general, so see if you can call the map. Maybe we'll start doing giveaways for people who are correct in their predictions. Maybe that'll spice up the chat a little bit. Let us know if that's interesting. By the way, if you have feedback on our casts, go ahead and use the feedback link below the video to drop that in. Good, bad, ugly, you know. We're okay. We're adults. We can read it. But we're not going to be reading it right now because gameplay is kicking off as round 1 for map 2 is kicking off. Riot on the offense. Looks like they're going to be dealing with that. Is that upstairs? That is the downstairs objective in the middle. So we're going to follow the offense here as they push through. Damn it. TFH and Rika along with Turbo are going to be pushing this lower corridor. And they're going to get quite a bit of the way through. Slider sets himself up in a nice little flanking spot. He's going to cross in front of TFH here. If he's not careful, he does indeed.
One over here. He's called me out.
And all 3 stacked up. 4 maybe stacked up here. No, they've got... Yeah, they had 4 stacked up there in that corridor. Xandria opting for the rotation. Turbo tosses out a nade. It's going to be a little too short. Hailfire will find Westcott on his aggressive push through. As the C4 detonates, looking for TFH. He's not going to find it, but Slider on the quick refrag will. Xandria returns fire and tucks in, keeping himself safe. Ooh, and the shots coming out from Rika. Turbo will find JH as he pushes that bar hallway, and now the defense is splitting their sides. Hailfire and Xandria will trade on downs there. Shield is through. Slider's looking for one. Turbo finds Slider. Lightsaber with the quick refrag, and now Turbo on the back. Trades out with C-Max, and Ember will hold their defensive round here in round 1. Turbo with a nice 3 kills there. Hailfire with 2. And that was a very choice trade between him and Xandria, keeping that from being a 3 front attack, I think is what gave Ember the advantage, and a nice trade by C-Max will seal the deal for round 1. Go ahead and reset our offensive camera there. Now it will be Riot's turn to defend that same objective, and Ember will have to push through, hopefully find themselves some purchase here. They need to take their first Marsoc round of the series here really soon. I mean, this would be a great time to do it. Put Riot on the back foot in map 2, force them to try to come from behind to hold on to this series. And with that, round 2 is underway. Now we'll see how Ember decides to approach this objective.
19, 10, 16. 0, 19.
All right, now lasers will be on. Apparently you can't just hit L before the game starts, so hooray for stuff. All right, Ember opting to go on the off tunnel. This is the right-hand side. Rika will be peeking it. Is he going to be able to find C-Max? No, in fact, he will not. And that is 1 pick for C-Max, 1 for Hailfire on an aggressive defensive push. Just like that, 2 members of Riot already down and out. TFH checking that corner where Lightshaper is. Now he's going to rotate maybe right into Hailfire's approach here. We'll see. Well, he decides to stay tucked in. Ember needs to put a couple of smokes out on this entryway, cause a little bit of confusion, because otherwise they're just going to walk right into this positioning, and Hailfire is going to be in Todd's viewpoint here in just a second, as Hailfire's not ready for it. TFH does find the cleanup, and that is 1 ready. C-Max, though, will be ready for the refrag as TFH rotates into the confirm, and now it is just 2 members of Riot dealing with 3 members of Ember, as Lightshaper is picked up. Slider staying low, looking for Xandria. Does find the kills there, and it's just up to Westcott here to continue holding this defense. Count is accurate. C-Max is looking on the backside of Westcott here, not able to see this positioning, but should be quick on the refrag if Westcott opens fire onto JH's position. That flash not finding any love. The frag coming out could be good. Yeah, JH will find that grenade, but the trade comes out, and C-Max cleaning up Westcott.
Good job, buddy.
2 rounds in a row. There it is. Ember handily holding on to this tanker lead so far. C-Max finding 4 kills, 2 4-round wins so far. Hailfire with 3, and then Turbo on the other side picking up 3, and Xandria 2 in that round. Actually, I think 1 in that round and 1 in the round before. And that was Ember's first Marsoc victory of the series so far, and now Riot will have to start fighting their way back if they want to try to take the series here in 2 maps. Is now going to be that upstairs mid objective. And the timer ticks down as these 2 teams utilize all 1 minute and 30 seconds for their planning. Really dialing in those plans. Gameplay kicks off here in round 3.
I'm glad we can help you.
Alright, well, right side.
The drum.
Ooh, give me that fucking drum. Give me that fucking drum.
We have 1 more drum available for 1 more person.
The drum trading coming out on the Riot side as 2 shields will head up their offense for this upstairs OBJ push. We'll see how many they send up and down. It looks like 3 up, 1 down so far. 4 up, 1 down so far as Hailfire gets an early pick onto an aggressive Xandria push. TFH not able to land the pistol shots here and walks right into Turbo's position. Oh, and TFH finds the bad end of a frag and is downed in their spawn. Should be a relatively easy res for the offense. Like Ember's defense here, guarding both downstairs tunnels and the upstairs mid. Just gonna kind of keep this high angle and see what the offensive approaches are gonna look like. A little bit of smoke coming in, a bit short. Actually, nope, that's perfect. It is gonna block TFH's position, and a nice nade by C-Max will find 1. Let's confirm has to come out here if they want to keep this advantage. C-Max now looking for it. Could be dangerous as Westcott just not able to spot him through the smoke. TFH pushing through. The shield is down. C-Max does find it underneath the shield. Looks like he might have caught a toe there. As now Turbo and Westcott will continue their push. It is just 2v4. Light Shaper trying to shoot through that window. You can't shoot through that window. Silly Light Shaper. And Slider will be ready for Turbo on his push, leaving just Westcott alone. And C-Max again with the round-winning win. 3 in a row for him, but Ember holding stronger than I've seen them so far in that third round. C-Max picking up 7 already. 3 rounds in. Hailfire with 4. Slider with 3. On the Riot side, Turbo with 4. Xandria with 2. Westcott and TFH both picking up 1 themselves. Now Ember looking strong, getting on this offensive round, up 3-0 in this map. Hanging on to the series tightly here in map 2. They want to take it to that series deciding map, which will not be Bazaar or Cargo, as those were the 2 bans that came out from these teams. Got a whole bunch of laser fiends in the chat. The lasers are on now, ladies and gentlemen. We should just have them auto on. You know, people were saying, I don't know, lasers all the time. Seems like too much, but now it's just, it's laser thirst. Got that laser hunger. Thank you to the Downpour dev team for throwing those in. Definitely a much loved feature, although I don't remember it being requested all the time. It is very much appreciated by the casters and viewers alike. But now it is time for round 4 as Ember looks to try to maybe close out this map nice and early, regain a little bit of that MMR advantage. This would make it a 7-5 overall score in the favor of Ember. But first they're gonna have to deal with this defense. A very similar approach here. They're sending 2 down, 2 up this time as Turbo catches JH in that position. Very similar, and an unfortunate push by Light Shaper will get him caught out as well, and Ember quickly down to just 2 as the defense getting wildly aggressive. TFH finding Slider already. There's just 2 members of the offense left. They are downstairs. I don't know that they'll be ready, but that aggressive flank by TFH. Going to find one. Was that a team kill there? I think Xandria might have team killed Todd, it looks like. Don't think it even showed up on my map. And now just 2 members of Ember left here as they are making their approach to the objective. Hailfire will need to deal with Westcott here. I mean, honestly, this defense not really on this objective almost at all. If Turbo goes down, it's all up to Rika to try to hold it. There we go. A little bit more rotation back to the OBJ. Hailfire is tucked into this corner, or Westcott could be in danger here. He is indeed, as Hailfire finds that kill. The information for the defense is given away. Turbo finds another shot from Hailfire, and now 2 more members of Riot are out. It is a 2v2 as C-Max, he's in cap range here. He finds another one as Xandria goes down. Now Rika's the only one left. He's not paying attention to the OBJ. I think the tablet check is coming out. The code's being typed in. Is it enough time? And yes, it is. As C-Max absolutely slaughters that tanker map for his team. He was the final kill on all rounds and the final cap there, along with the final kill and death. All the way across the board. C-Max finding that cap puts Ember at 5-0 on that Riot map pick. Woo! Good stuff, ladies and gents. This is the kind of stuff I was expecting to see from the Ember side, finally finding their groove here in map 2, and will take it away from Riot, making this now the series deciding map. What will it be, ladies and gentlemen? Drum roll. I don't want to drum too hard. It's very loud. Let's see what that final map is going to be. It's not going to be cargo, and it's not going to be Bazaar. Maybe we'll see a Suburbia here? It's potentially a Suburbia type of game, but I don't know how strong either of these teams really feel on it. It is not one of their most oft-played maps when they've faced each other. I'm curious to see if they decide to pick into it. No, it is going to be, in fact, this caster's very favorite map, ladies and gentlemen. Map 3 is going to be Quarantine. Very exciting stuff. I'm excited. I don't know if you guys are excited, but I am excited. And let me just get all of this set up here. It says going to be, I believe, Ember's map pick for the final map, as they are the home team. See if there is any swap of the players here. Oh, Control Flirt Delete, thank you so much for that subscription. Do appreciate it very, very much. 9 months subscribed. Do appreciate you guys doing that and helping the casting team out with those subs and donations. We put it towards all kinds of new fancy things that we promise will be coming out soon. I know there's been a lot of hype, but it is a lot of work. So does not, Rome's not built in a day, as they say. Not the team, the, giant ancient city is what I'm talking about, obviously. But we should have those assets ready to go very soon. A very slimmed down, very streamlined set of assets that this caster has been working on for quite some time with the help of a few members of our community. Should be a pretty fun time. But map 3 is loaded up. It does not look like there were any swaps of players that I am able to discern, so we will be keeping the same rosters in here for this third map. Just waiting on 2 members to ready up before we kick off map 3. All right, everybody is readied up. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be getting to go here in just a few moments. We have got the rooftop courtyard objective in the northwest. Riot will be on the defense. Ember starting off on offense. Just a bit of delay here, folks. Looks like one member of Ember did drop out, so that is why the round is not yet kicked off. I'm gonna try and figure out exactly what the issue is. But it should not be too much longer. I will throw you guys to a quick 2-minute intermission, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Earlier, if the player is in soon, but we'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Don't go anywhere for this map. It is the series decider here for Ember Riot Season 8, Week 8. Alrighty, folks, we are back. Map 3 is underway. Round 1 kicking off here for the series decider as Riot looking to hold the defense on this northern rooftop objective, and Ember getting that long spawn here at the crater, pushing 3 through. Quokka Switch and Slider all pushing up. Taking the north. So far, the defense staying very tight on the objective. 3 just behind it to the west, and 2 right on OBJ. Some early shots from the offense going to come out. Give the defense exactly the information they need, which is to know where the offense is coming from. Marsoc's got 2 in the motel and 3 pushing up on this north side. A little bit of fire coming out from Turbo. He's trying to catch the crossing.
Both made it to the center.
Indeed they did, as they've got 2 across now. Ember makes it to center glass. Now the rest of the offense here has to start pushing up. Slider and Switch will be the first to find some action close to the OBJ. They'll need to deal with Westcott there tucked into the Sarlacc pit, or the sewers. They're called. Quokka in a bit of a gunfight here. Snooper will win out in the end as he finds Quokka on the backside in the west. Now it is 4 members of Ember remaining. As the confirmed shots ring out. Ooh, and TFH might have the angle here onto Switch. I think he might have caught TFH cross in there. Will he spot Westcott in the Sarlacc pit? Shots don't ring out just yet. I think the callouts there coming out from Westcott as the C4 is blown. And Slider making some noise there. Westcott peeks up. Switch finds the kill.
Down. There's one by burning, running around. Slider, I'm coming for you.
He's alive. No, straight.
That was a very, very effective fake of that down noise, as even his teammates thought he was down. Now Slider will be having to deal with Rika here on the inside. Will he be able to spot him out? Shots ringing out from Rika do not land.
Back. Scott him down to the back.
We'll zoom out a little bit here. Switch and Slider continue to make their push. Shots ringing out. TFH able to spot Switch, but no shots landing as Rika now looking for another kill. Can he get it? A little bit of hit markers there onto Switch. Jeez, he is under fire quite a bit. Snooper finally able to close that out. Slider now should be able to catch the rotation from Snooper. He does indeed. Turbo, meanwhile, picking up Hailfire on that push into center courtyard. Out is 3 members of Riot remaining. TFH is on OBJ. He's going to be pushing up this plane wing. Is Slider going to be ready for this? Smoke getting redirected. Should give him some information. He needs the gun out. TFH finds him. Slider looks first. Not able to find it. Turbo will find C-Max, however, on that final kill, and Riot will take their first defensive round here on Quarantine. Turbo finding 2. Snooper with 2 as well. Only Slider able to find 2 himself on the Ember side, with Switch picking up 1 as well on that trade. A pretty solid defense there by Riot, able to hang on to that round. Very tucked in defense, nothing too surprising, no long flanks. Anytime they tried to push out of positions, they would get caught out. Sneaperfax getting caught on that long rotation across the west side. Now it will be Ember's turn to defend this rooftop courtyard OBJ. Do believe there is going to be a replay of a tanker round, as I understand it. There was some concern over a potential early grenade toss, I think, on the Ember side. In that final round of tankers, so stick around after quarantine, as there will likely be a replay. So we're not even sure if this is map decider, because if their round goes differently, they'll have to continue replaying the rest of the map. So do not go anywhere. We might be doing, 3.5 maps or what have you. But for right now, we're dealing with round 2 here. It's RIOT now on the offense. They get this south spawn. We'll see how they're able to get across. Ember defense, pretty solid. For a south push, they still have 3 on the southern side of the objective. It's just going to be a question of how quickly they can react to the shots that ring out. As the lasers are scanning that courtyard, looking for anybody in burning. Switch needs to be careful. He needs to stay tucked in where he is. Does Turbo have a line on him? No, he does not. It would be a very tight angle to be able to shoot. No, you can't even see the top of his head over that, so Switch is safe, but C-Max here could be in trouble. Oh, and the timing there just working out in C-Max's favor again. These guys just peeking at the wrong time. The unpin on the nade goes out. Turbo could find these shots. No, maybe the nade will find one. Oh, and it finds 2.
They're pushing south through there on OBJ.
Turbo will find C-Max on the confirm, but Switch still down, able to give call-outs on any crosses. They did get one across to the north. Looks like TFH was able to make it all the way up north. And now the defense will have to rotate to try to get this res. Quokka going to be the first one out this way. Oh, and the nice response nade there. Just a little too short. Turbo tucked in the right position to not get caught out. And the res will come out there. Ember back up to 4. They're going to have to deal with Rika and Westcott here in the southwest. Oh, and there could be some action here as TFH has that shield angled towards Hailfire, but obviously the long-range shooting is going to be a bit of a problem when you're just rocking a pistol. Shots from Rika coming out for the south side. Now Turbo joining in, looking for Hailfire on that far push. Oh, and just not able to find him as Switch cleans up Turbo with the ambulance. And now it's nice and evened out, 4v4. Oh, Slider's in trouble here. He did not catch that Westcott rotation on the backside. Now Westcott will be able to spot him out. Slider's going to be taken out here if he's not looking backwards. He hasn't spotted him yet. Just completely runs past him. Doesn't even look. Westcott now in the long rotation. Slider completely unaware of this push. Gonna be very surprised when he gets shot in the back from the far west side. And the shots now ringing out onto Slider in that position, and he's not ready for Snooperfax's push. So Westcott's push isn't even gonna matter here. Oh man, it is just non-stop here. TFH and Hailfire playing Ring Around the Rosie as Switch finds Snooperfax at that gas station. Oh, TFH be ready for this. He will not. Hailfire will find the kill, but Rika cleans up Switch on that side, and the objective is wide open. Hailfire has to be getting back. I'm sorry, not wide open. There is still Quokka defending. My apologies. 2 left for Ember. 2 left for RIOT. The smoke's coming in. Very well placed to blind Quokka's position here. Could he catch the side of Rika first? Rika looking for some shots onto Hailfire, is not going to find them. Oh, but he does spot out Rika on that push, and that is one down. Now Hailfire looking for Westcott, does find it. And Ember hold on to that defensive round by the skin of their teeth. What a round, folks. My apologies for all that camera zooming. It was just a ton of action I had to continue following. Oh my goodness. But a good series nonetheless as Ember find themselves that defensive round. A good series of picks in the end. A little bit of Benny Hill action there with the slider in that gas station as well. Funny, funny stuff. The objective has now shifted over to the East HQ. A very challenging one, both to defend and to attack, so I'm interested to see how Ember will approach this on their offensive round here in round 3. But now, oops, sorry about that. Have to review the early nade situation here. Of course, it's the loudest part of my cast, obviously. Oh, that is wicked early. Wicked early, indeed. So that will be a replay of that final round by Ember. I mean, it didn't down anybody, but still, a rule is a rule. So we will be seeing a tanker final round replay. But first, we've got to get through quarantine here to see what map 3 will be. As the defense gets set up in the east. And Ember on that south cross. Superfax laying down some suppressing fire on that gas station cross.
At least one's trying to cross south right now.
And Switch looking for that south cross. Superfax will find one as Slider gets down here at red car. Very nice little suppressing fire there from Riot early. Will find them one. Quokka does get in on the south hand side. South hand. That's not a word. That's not a conjoined word. It is now, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first on the VRML. Quokka's in a good spot here to maybe catch one by surprise. He will not be able to hold that surprise for very long, but Westcott will be the one that likely gives him the most trouble here. Ooh, and the peak is coming. Quokka gonna be able to win this trade? Westcott's not ready. He's got hand on radio, and Quokka finds one. Two in the motel there. We'll be now scanning this wall as TFH continues to check the OBJ, and now Turbo is also wise to Quokka's position as the lasers are trained in. He needs to stay tucked in here. He needs to wait for his offensive teammates to get into position. Ooh, the shots ringing out from Rika do find purchase, but not before the trade comes out. Just like that, it's a 3v3. Two members of the offense pushing up here in the north. We'll skirt by one member of the defense. At least temporarily, until he gets eyes on. A little bit of confirming fire there from Snooperfax. Hailfire looking for one. Meanwhile, Switch will be running into Turbo sightlines here in just a moment. And the turn and fire does not work out as the confirm comes out. And now Switch is out. It is a 2v3 just up to Hailfire and C-Max. in the north here to try to get themselves up to the objective. We'll take a ride here with C-Max as he works with Hailfire to try to make his approach. GFH makes the peek. That is going to give away the positioning there of Hailfire, and Snooper will quickly react to find that kill, leaving it all up to C-Max here. 1v3. 2 minutes 45 left. And we'll continue our ride along. Smoke toss comes out. Which way will he choose to rotate here? That is just check fire through the smoke. They don't want anybody creeping up inside of it. This is good positioning to blind TFH, but Max has some work to do if he wants to get across this street. Oh, he's got to rotate off of that now. TFH is aware of that position. Oh, he can't spend all his time crouched here. TFH looking for this push. Oh, but Turbo's going to be the one that finds it long range from that post office rock. And now Riot will take their defensive win in round 3. Turbo and Snooper both holding up the Riot defense there. If you are just joining us, you missed 2 maps, but you will get to see the second map again, as we will have to replay a round of Tanker once quarantine is complete, so we'll see how this goes. If Riot locks down this map, then the replay will not even matter, because they did take downfall 5-2 away from Ember, and then Ember responded with a 5-0 on that second map. So this is already the series decider as it is, but depending on how this goes, may not even be necessary to replay that second round. I mean, I'm sure they will, but with the series all cinched up, I wonder if Riot will even push for it. Now it is Ember's turn to defend this East HQ objective as we get ourselves into round 4. Round 4 underway. See if they decide to get anybody across on the south. It will be dangerous, as that is Riot's spawn.
I think you go on the mound in front. Hey, can I get some smokes on the road? Can I get smokes on the road, please?
Call for smokes on the road not being honored by Ember. Hailfire wants to get across to the south, but is not able to. Oh, he will try for the cross anyway. Ooh, and C-Max just missing one. Snooperfanks will find Hailfire in that cross. It is just a down, so he will have callouts for about 2 minutes, but a res not likely to come out. As Westcott finds Switch on an aggressive push into the center courtyard. Just like that, 2 are down, but Quokka will find 1. Long range, you'll find 2. TFH is taken out by Quokka's nice little rooftop flank. Turbo with the response will take him down. Ember now operating with just 2 alive. Snooperfax will find the res onto Rika there, making it 4v2. A nice little defensive flank there. Now it's just going to be up to how many C-Max can find on the inside corner here. He needs to find Westcott first. Ooh, the peak comes out. Westcott is down. Now that his information for Turbo to deal with, Superfax does make the cross. Rika now has to follow behind him. Will C-Max spot out Snooper first? No, he will not. The reload was not ready. The gun wasn't ready as Snooperfax finds C-Max, and now it's just up to one member of the defense. SliderCon finds one. And the smokes will now be coming out towards the objective. A little bit too long. Yeah, not quite the best tosses there from Turbo. Oh, but the shots ring true as Slider is taken down and Riot goes up 3-1. 7 kills for Turbo, 7 for Snooperfax now as they continue their tear through quarantine, and now Ember has to fight their way back. They need a cap here to keep things even. The objective now shifts to the center burning. It's going to be in the courtyard there, right next to rubble. So we'll see how Riot's defense holds here, if Ember's able to punch through and get themselves a much-needed cap. This is the time to convert, or at the very least, stop the defense from being able to successfully hold. You guys in the chat think is going to happen? Let us know. Let me know. All right, the team's ready to go. Ember getting that long spawn up in the, what used to be the crater, but is now a filled in little hill, little set of bumps. Just a sand dune area here now, no crater. It's the dunes now. Make it happen, teams. It's called the dunes. Because Noman said so. Ember now making their push here in the north. Should be able to get here with zero trouble as the defense is 100% stacked up on the objective. Look at that. Look at that positioning. I mean, they do not want anyone getting anywhere close to that objective. But as a result, Ember will have basically full run of the map. They can approach from any angle they choose, aside from really center courtyard. God, one good nade. We'll find at least 2 or 3 there. As TFH tucks in, Quokka might have spotted him. Westcott finally getting into position there in the sewers. He's the only one holding down that northwest approach, and most of the offense can get behind him if they so chose. Here comes the nade. Will it find the purchase it needs? Oh, a little too short. Airburst a little too short from Quokka. Not able to find anybody inside of that courtyard. Could have caused exactly the kind of confusion Ember needs here to capitalize on this unique defensive positioning. The nade coming out from Westcott, also a little too short. Slider in danger there. Give him some idea of where the defense might be. Ooh, and that grenade as well. Very long distance. Made it up to... I thought that was going to hit rooftop courtyard for some reason. But no, almost finds Slider on the roof again. Oka taking a couple of shots out. No one there to catch them. Good lord, look at these bombs. Just like an absolute laser beam. TFH rotating out to cover that center west. Westcott now pushing out a little too aggressively. Will get caught out by Switch, but the confirmed shots need to come out as quickly as possible. Oh, and the shots from Reika coming through. Look at that angle. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I got spotted and I'm pulling back.
Shots coming out that way, but TFH on the long flank finds Hailfire. He's not going to be able to spot the one right next to him as C-Max gets the confirm there. On that overly aggressive push that does find him one. Coca just narrowly avoiding shots from Snooper there. Oh, that smoke protects him as well. A nice quick peek. I just want to blind Quokka. Yeah, there we go. That's a better positioning for those smokes. The smokes now come out onto the center courtyard. Should be perfect to blind Snooper. He does not redirect the smokes. As more and more continue to rain down. Ooh, Snooper now back on this push. Is he going to spot Quokka out in the street? He does. Two there. Switch finds Snooper, though, on the refrag. For being downed himself, Turbo should be able to get this confirmed.
On the second floor, right. He's standing up. Oh, he just went downstairs.
There's the confirm from Turbo. No more call-outs coming from Switch. See if C-Max is able to find Turbo in his positioning here. Ooh, shots ring out. Do find one. Can Turbo find the second? I'm sorry, to find the refrag. Ranka catches a few rounds. Does not go down. C-Max now on the backside peeking out. The shots coming out from Turbo don't land. The trades coming through, but nothing. No purchase on either side. Just these two members of the defense remaining, Turbo and Rika. Stacked in as close as possible. Sliders on the inside. He could find one. Needs to not go for this cap right now. He needs to have gun up and ready to go. I don't know if these smokes are helping or hurting right now. Turbo peeking the angle. He needs to be checking the objective. Oh, I'm outside. Slider finds one. Rika with the quick refrag, and C-Max will find the final kill and keep Ember in the series 2-3. Oh boy, that was a tense series there. That defense not quite working out for Riot. A little bit too much rotation too late. They lost 2 in Westcott and TFH, though TFH did find 1 before going down. But the rest of the offense, very good rotations there to find themselves that Marsoc win. Now Ember needs to hold this defense if they want to stay in the series. We are on map 3 here. Saturday night fights are in full swing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, you missed 2 maps. Third map is underway. It is the series decider as the score stands right now. Ember looking to hold the defense and keep Ember from taking the series here. Will be a quick replay of some tanker rounds. But round 6 now is underway for map 3. Right, getting this center spawn, so they are gonna have a hard time getting across either one of these streets if Ember is paying attention. And Quokka on the inside wall here, gonna be the first one to have to deal with members of the offense as a tube comes out from the backside. Quokka not reacting on that information. And two are through on the backside, they're not even looking for him. TFH spots him out. Is able to take him down very easily there. I am shocked that he did not react to that tube. And now the bullets are out in full swing. Switch finds Turbo. Two pushed up on the inside wall here on the west slider. Gets a couple shots onto TFH, but no downs will come out as Hailfire picks up Westcott on his push in the north, and the pre-firing shots onto the objective are coming out. The nade a little bit short. Hailfire finds another in Snooperfax as he's standing up on this wall. It's gonna leave Riot with just two left, only a minute into the round. Oh, and Hailfire finds another. He's absolutely on fire. He's found three so far? I want to say three. I think C-Max found one. Rika with the nade toss into the objective courtyard isn't gonna find anything. And now he has got to deal with 4 members of this defense before he can get in anywhere close to that objective. He's gonna have a very hard time. The call out there should be coming out as the shots from Hailfire almost land. Oh my goodness, absolutely just not finding any love there, Hailfire, on that corner. Looks like there might be a weird hitbox thing going on or something. Rika rotates, also not able to find anybody there. Now C-Max on this aggressive push to the side could catch Rika by surprise. Should be seeing him any moment. Now there it is. C-Max will find the kill and keep Ember in the series, and not just that, but put them in a position to potentially take the series overall. They need to find an offensive win here if they want a chance at having the series. Since we are replaying tanker rounds, is not necessarily the decider unless Riot wins. If Riot wins, it is locked in. They will take the series away, but we are coming down pretty much to the wire here, folks. Ember pulling out 2 wins to even things up, but now they have to deal with the Riot defense. And the objective they're going to be dealing with is going to be the truck stop. OBJ, far north. Downed truck OBJ. This is a tough objective, even on your best day. But also a pretty difficult one to defend if you're not careful. If you're a little bit too spread out, you can very easily lose track of one of the angles and allow the offense to punch through. So we'll see if Riot is able to hold on here. All right, the teams are ready. The caster is ready. And we will see how Ember is able to approach in this final round of map 3. The deciding round. Call outs for fast play here, so I'm expecting to see an Ember rush. They are pushing 5 straight across here. Defense not quite yet set up to deal with this. Westcott will be the first line of defense if he's able to get eyes on and make these call outs. Ooh, I think he might have spotted one. I have not seen the hand go for the radio yet on Westcott's side, and Ember does get 2 across here. The offense quickly pushing up onto this courtyard. They're going to have to deal with Westcott first, but Turbo finds the first kill in C-Max. Just like that, Ember is operating with 4. Was Westcott going to peek this wall? He's got the nade primed and ready to go. If he just peeks the wall, he's got an easy kill on Slider. Just waiting for him. There it is, the nade primed. The nade goes out. Wow, and splits the difference between the two members of the offense there, not finding either. Now Quokka and Hailfire here making their push through. They're going to have to deal with Todd before they can make it across, but he is rotating around quite a bit. We will see how that pans out. Westcott's positioning here is strong, but he's just not making these peaks. He could have found an easy kill already. Switch will have to deal with Turbo on that aggressive positioning, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's got the advantage right now. Ember's all kinds of inside. And realistically, Slider could basically just walk up to this objective right now. There's no defense watching this objective. Westcott is still on roof, watching outward. Reika's on the inside corner as Westcott finds one finally on that peak. Quokka finds TFH on the inside, and Hailfire finds the rooftop. That is a 3v3, folks. The defense now has to be careful and rotating. Oh, and Quokka finds a headshot onto Snooper. It is a 3v2. Reika's the only one left to defend the objective this close. He does spot SliderCon out, and the kill does come through. This defensive rotation, I don't know. I don't know if it's the right time for it. If Ember peeks that hill right now, they could catch him out pretty easily. Turbo's going to be looking for these little prairie dog peaks here. Such a dangerous situation there. I mean, honestly, had Slider not been making those call-outs, Rika would never have known he was there. He could have just walked right past him and capped. But now it's a 2v2, 2.5 minutes left. Can Ember hold on to this series? Potentially take the series away, and a very nice nade just on the wrong side of the wall there from Hailfire. Rika's at a good spot to watch Quokka's approach here. Oh, and Turbo finds Hailfire. That's going to make it a 2v1. As Quokka's on the backside, he needs to find at least one. Oh, my apologies. He should be able to find Rika here. Will he be ready for Turbo's position as he peeks this corner? Rika's not going to be ready for this. He finds one. It's a 1v1 here as Turbo spots out Quokka. I think he might have caught that rotation. Turbo needs to be rotating back in. He is doing just that. Oh, this is so tense. Oh, he's not going to spot him out. Quokka, found by Turbo, will be taken down. And RIOT will lock the series down here in map 3, ladies and gentlemen. That is all she wrote. Final kill stacks there, 11 for Turbo, 8 for Snooper. On the Ember side, Quokka and Hailfire, along with Switch, holding the top spots for kills there, but not quite enough. I mean, that offensive round was so intense there. Not quite enough. For them to close it out. And now RIOT will be taking the third map home. That is going to be the series, folks. I am not going to, well, maybe I'll cast the tanker replay just in case. Just in case. Don't go anywhere. Let's rewatch this tanker replay here, but it does mean RIOT is taking the map and the series home with them. So this will just be for an MMR adjustment, if necessary. Final score there is 10-9 Riot with 9 taking the series. Looks like we might be having a quick lobby rehost, so we will go ahead and jump back in. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in today. We do appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this fine Saturday night. All right, we are all geared up and ready to go for this tanker round replay. The series is closed, but the teams do want to replay a round due to an early nade by the Ember side. Just waiting on the teams to finish readying up before we kick this off. I think I will actually set the scores properly as well. So it was 3-0. There we go. So it was a 3-0 point at this junction in the game. Just waiting on one member of RIOT to tune in. I do believe it's the same objective as well. So lucked out there in our map spawn. So it will be a 1-for-1 replay, I believe, of this round. We've got all 10 ready. I'm not sure what the delay is. And there we have it. The round is underway, folks. The replay of Map 2, Round 4 is now underway. So this is just for...
I'm still having fun. I'm just
This is for the Map 2 score adjustment. Series already decided RIOT taking that by taking maps 1 and 3. Nice set of smokes there, a little bit of free fire coming out from Turbo. We'll find one slider gets taken down. Rika finds Hailfire as well, and now TFH is in on the backside. Confirm coming out from TFH. We'll find another and another before Quokka finally shuts that approach down, but now the nade will take him out of the running entirely and leave it all up to C-Max. The MVP of this map when it was officially played. Can he pull out a win here? He's gonna have a hard time with that defender staring down this corridor. No defenders running any flanks here. He does have the res available upstairs. I'm not sure why he's not going for it just yet. But this peak could be his last as Rika.
You know,
And there it is. The shots ring out. C-Max taking down Riot. Holding on to their map pick here. Oops, sorry. So we will adjust the scores back to what they were. Now Riot up 1 more point on Tanker. There's only 3 for Ember as they have... do not get credit for that cap. And now it is going to be Riot's turn on this upstairs OBJ. And nice and quick as we get into this 5th round.
No, a little bit of an explanation that's going on.
Yeah, no, I know.
We're going to get the point
I know.
because they already defended it.
Yeah, I got it.
We're going to get the point so we can move on to the next objective. I don't know if I'm listening.
Yes.
Hey,
So TFH there explaining what's happening.
Sacrifice to the gods.
Oh, they're just gonna give up. I see what they're doing. They want to change the objective. Really, you could just play through. At this point, it really doesn't matter. But well, I mean, as teams decide to do this stuff, it's good for them. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic fun things that we do here. All right. Well, as far as I'm concerned, that is an official score, but I suppose I will allow it. So I believe they do not want me to count that as the official score, so I will go ahead and do that. Is a 3-1 on a new OBJ. They will be dealing with the far west objective now. Riot did ostensibly hold on to their map 2 changed score. Now will be Ember's turn to attack. And just waiting on the teams to start it back up again. To try to play through this second map round, second map version 2, I guess. And here we go.
Wrong loadout, but we'll work with this.
Round 5 now underway. Oops, sorry about that. Riot now on the offense. for this new objective. Quokka pushing up pretty aggressively here. Top side should be able to find the side of Turbo pretty quickly as a little bit of pre-fire comes out from Hailfire. Quokka does find Turbo there on his aggressive positioning, but where did TFH go? Oh, TFH is already all the way through here on the north side. C-Max will be the one that has to deal with this position. Will TFH spot him through the window? It looks like he does indeed.
Boom. How's it going?
A little bit of a friendly fire there. Hailfire will find another one with Westcott being down below, and Rika will clean up that refrag as the trade comes out on Switch and Snooper. Nice little flank play there. TFH getting a little cocky, rotating right into Quokka's hands. And now it is just 3 members of Ember versus the sole Riot player. Slider will be the one that runs into him first. Is Rika going to be ready for this corner? He is! Slider goes down, making it a 2v1. Rika continuing the peek, hoping to catch somebody else being overly aggressive, but not likely to be the case here. Ember wants to at least take this map away from Riot to soften the MMR blow.
You get shield? Oh, you did get the shield.
Raikou making the peek, but the trade comes out, and C-Max will seal the deal. In the end, Ember will continue to hold on to map number 2. And that final score will be 4-1 instead of 5-0. We'll adjust the scores there. So the final score, final score, double final score, is going to be 9-10. Riot taking the series in that final map Quarantine, but the replay required as there was a rule broken. So thank you guys for tuning in and sticking around even for the replay there at the end. Just more Onward for everybody to watch, so can't complain too much. But that is going to do it from the casting desk for me. This has been Season 8, Week 8, Ember versus Riot, and what a good series it was. Tune in tomorrow as we've got quite a few casts coming at you, starting at noon Pacific. There's going to be Global Chem and Beginners with Nightfire, and in tandem there will be a Pacifist Silent Purge game on OML2 with myself and Zandria as well. And then TFH has a 6 p.m. PST cast of Lords of War and Fury, so tune into all of those if you're interested. If you want to join the Master League, go ahead and go to vrmasterleague.com/onward to sign up to be a reservist or join a team. Always lots of teams looking for new players. Get out there and have some fun. Again, thank you to our sponsors, VR Cover and ProTube VR. We do appreciate you guys supporting the league. It is a big deal. Go ahead and check out their products on their respective sites. They are fantastic, and you don't want to play VR without them. That is going to do it from me here at the casting desk, though. I am Noman with a 4. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you tomorrow.